This is why the Edmonton Oilers will not win the Stanley Cup. Despite possessing the greatest game breaker we've ever seen since Wayne Gretzky, there are three major concerns for this Oiler club headed into the playoffs that will make it impossible to sustain the consistency needed to go all the way. Their inability to address these concerns appropriately in the offseason has already shown to be a crippling problem this season. Now, before I continue, hit that subscribe button if you're looking forward to the playoffs. There is so much postseason content on the way, you're not going to want to miss it. Now, looking at the first concern of this Oilers team, perhaps the greatest failure of the Mcdavid era Oilers is their inability to find solid goaltending. Recall Edmonton's cup run last year, and you'll discover the misery of Mike Smith. The Oilers consistently had to score their way out of holes just because Smith couldn't steal them a game for the life of him. Then in the Western Conference Finals, the Avs exposed the necessity for goaltending in Edmonton. Well, unfortunately, things haven't gotten much better as Jack Campbell has struggled heavily to find his game all season, and Stuart Skinner, despite having a strong finish to the season, has been inconsistent this year. Not to mention the fact that he has no playoff experience and is not ready to carry the pressure of playoff success this early in his career. Jack Campbell is not an NHL starter as he showed last year with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and then of course this year with Edmonton. And then Skinner is still a rookie who has a lot of growth ahead of him. Goalies are often the X factors in playoff series, and with the heavy competition between goaltenders in the playoffs, Edmonton is definitely shorthanded and it'll cost their playoff success gravely. Now let's take a look at the second major concern for this Oilers team. Hockey is a team sport, but if you look at the points produced in last year's playoff run, you'll notice that Mcdavid and Draisaitl's point totals are lopsided compared to the rest of the team. They account for double than that of the rest of the core. And when you compare last year's roster to this year, the Oilers remained largely the same besides the goaltending. They have not addressed their bottom six appropriately, and it's clear that without one of Mcdavid or Draisaitl, this team's ability to produce offensively is botched. Now you could argue that players like Zach Hyman and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins have been having exceptional years for their careers, with Nuge reaching 100 points for the first time in his career, and Zach Hyman scoring the most he's ever scored in a season. And to that I would just say, when you play with the best player in the world, of course he's going to make you better. Both Hyman and Nugent-Hopkins play with Mcdavid on the first line and on the power play. And when you look at the numbers, half of Nugent-Hopkins' points came on the power play this season. And to further my point on Mcdavid making them better players, despite his regular season successes, we can all agree that Nugent-Hopkins is not a top 10 player in the NHL. And so when we understand that hockey is a team sport and that Edmonton's offense is absolutely botched without Mcdavid or Draisaitl, the problem starts to become very clear because you need your bottom six guys to chip in when the top guys are being shut down, especially when you make it to the Stanley Cup Finals where everything counts. Unlike the NBA, you can't just have one or two players carry a team to the Stanley Cup. Think of it like this. What would you think of Edmonton's chances to win the Stanley Cup with injury to Mcdavid? Edmonton is one injury away from losing a series, and you can take John Tavares against the Canadiens as an example of how injury to a star player can affect the whole team's morale. Now this is the final major concern for this Edmonton Oilers team. There is a lack of consistency to Edmonton's game. Let's take a look at the Oilers' playoff records in the last few years. In 2021, they were swept by the Jets, followed by a 7-game series against the Kings in 2022, then almost sweeping the Flames in 5, and finally getting swept by the Avalanche. Looking at this season, Edmonton has had a lack of consistency throughout their games, giving up goals in the first, often early within the first 5 minutes of puck drop. They dig themselves in holes and defensive collapses and then try to score their way out of it. Very similar situation to what we've seen in Toronto. And then there's a big question for Oilers fans: which Darnell Nurse is going to show up for the Stanley Cup playoffs? Edmonton is going to need his best if they want a shot at the Cup, and although he's made improvements to his game, he has shown moments of concern down the stretch for the Edmonton Oilers and their fans. And so, even with the additions of Mattias Ekholm being good for the Oilers, they're still missing a piece on the back end before they're ready to win the Stanley Cup. The Edmonton Oilers still need to mature. They remind me of the Maple Leafs, but in a better way because they have Mcdavid, who's a complete game breaker. Think about how many years it took Ovechkin to win a Stanley Cup. But here's the good news. Eventually, they will win, and when they do, they'll be a dynasty, just like they were in the Gretzky era. That's how special of a player Connor McDavid is. And to be clear, I am not conflating their playoff success with the idea that they're a bad team. That's just not the case. Edmonton will be a very dangerous team, but they can't win yet. What are your thoughts on what Edmonton needs to do before they're ready to take on the Stanley Cup? Do you think Nurse is the right guy for the blue line in Edmonton? And what are your thoughts on how Stuart Skinner and Jack Campbell are going to handle the playoffs? Comment down below, and thank you for watching. It means the world to me. It's Cappy, and I'm out.